Welcome to Annapolis Mosaics. Our program spotlights people in our community who are involved in activities designed to promote good human relations. I am Michael Keller, the chair of the Annapolis Human Relations Commission and your host. The commission is a city board that seeks to promote equal opportunity and to eliminate discrimination. My guests today are Skip Old, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Anne Arundel County Public Library, and Christine Feldman, who is the Marketing and Communications Manager for the library system. Welcome to Annapolis Mosaic.
Thank you
Skip
so much,
and
Michael.
Christine.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Well, let's start by talking about the size and scope of the county library system, including how many people are served by it. Okay. Can you talk about that?
Sure. We have 15 libraries and a headquarters building that supports the public libraries. We serve the entire county, so it's around 560,000 people in our county who we serve. Well more than half of our community has library cards. Probably close to that number have used the library within the last 2 years. We keep pretty close track of that. So we serve everyone. We are for the entire community. We have outreach programs that get outside our libraries. Christine, maybe there's some other things that you would want to add to that.
The library is really the great equalizer in our community. It's available for everyone. No restrictions, no matter your age, stage, or status in life, and that's one thing we all take great pride in.
Right. I have found the library system here in the county to be extremely helpful and useful to me. Here is my card, and with respect to that, who is eligible to get a free library card in the county, and how can a person get one?
Well, everybody is eligible to get a card. We encourage new parents to get a card for their babies. We actually have programs starting at birth to 18 months called Babies in Bloom. So everybody in the county can get a card, and actually anybody in the state of Maryland can get a library card at any of the library systems throughout Maryland, because as a state, we're one of the best states for public libraries in providing that kind of access to people. So yeah, we're for everyone. We also have a program called the SAIL program, which is Student Access to Improved Learning, where every one of the 80,000 plus students in the public schools automatically gets an account and can check out 3 items at a time, even if they haven't gone through the process to get their own card with their family.
What are the rules for borrowing library materials?
Check them out and return them, basically.
Okay, well, and I think
it's really a pretty easy, low barrier kind of thing. We try to make it really easy on people. We have books, we have DVDs and CDs. We also have a lot of online resources. So with a library card, you can get to the electronic resources such as lynda.com, Rosetta Stone.
Streaming movies, we just started offering streaming movie service.
Yeah.
It's a 3-week checkout for most print materials. Our DVDs are usually 7 days, so just keep those dates in mind.
Yeah. So there are those kinds of parameters, but yeah, low barrier to getting the card and those kind of rules. Yeah.
And what I've found personally very helpful is the ability to both reserve and renew materials online.
Yes.
I do almost everything online with the library, and then you just go and pick up the materials. You don't have to. If you want to renew a book, for example, you don't have to go back to the library and have them stamp it or something like that. Just simply go online and renew it. Could you let our viewers know how easy that is?
Well, for one thing,
because I found it very easy.
For one thing, we send an email a day or so ahead of the due date, so you can avoid library fines, even though I personally seem to rack up fines and have to come in and pay them. We make it so easy to renew, but at any rate, we'll send an email. It's a reminder, and you know, so you can renew online. It's just pretty.
We'll be
straightforward.
offering text message reminders in the next few months, which is really exciting. And our website has gotten so much more user-friendly. So you can go and see where you are in the hold list. You can freeze a hold if you realize you've got a big stack of books on your bedside table and you just can't get to the one that's coming up. You can now put a freeze on that and wait until you're ready to read. So there's a lot of features of that website I would encourage people to check out.
And we should just mention the website is www.aacpl.net. So we make it easy, and it's really such a great resource. If some of your viewers have not been to a library recently, they need to just come in and just see. For example, this is our Happenings newsletter, and this comes out every quarter. This probably has, I don't know,
1,000 programs.
1,000 programs that are being done just in the next 3 months in our library. So there's programs for adults, there's programs for kids, teens. It's really a great service.
Right, and I would just simply add to that in terms of what Christine and Skip have told you. I have personally found that all of the libraries materials and services, the website and the are very user-friendly. And it's very, very simple for people to learn how to use them. And it's a very, very great service and great convenience to the community.
Well, we should also mention just that the staff of our library system, they are extremely friendly, professional. We're there to serve our community, and we really want you to come in and talk to a staff member. We have some of the best staff you'll find anywhere. So.
Well, the library also sponsors a variety of events as well for preschoolers, for children, for teens, and for adults. Can you provide some examples of things that you've done?
Last year we held over 5,000 programs in our library. And it was everything from early literacy programming, what we call our Every Child Ready to Read program from birth to preschoolers, to Narcan training for adults in the community to help address the opioid epidemic. Right. We also offer tons of teen programmings, everything from sort of like teen talk, hangout groups to STEM programs. We have an extensive STEM program in all of our libraries where we offer opportunities for kids and adults to learn about 3D printing, virtual reality, things that are sort of cutting edge technology. You can come to the library and experience yourself. So take advantage of these free programs because we're here to serve the community and their needs.
So this latest issue of Happenings came out 2 days ago, and I was looking through, so it's listing things December, January, and February. So February is Black History Month every year. One of the interesting things I noted is we have someone who will be coming in doing a program at a couple of our libraries, and he will be in the person of W.E.B. Du Bois. So that's really a great program to learn about Dr. Du Bois. Later next summer, he's going to be back as Frederick Douglass, and Frederick Douglass's 200th birthday celebration happens all of next year. So that's one type of program that we do, and it's just a lot of different things.
The library also has resources for research and learning. I know I've used quite a number of them, but could you provide some illustrations to give our viewers a sense of what you actually have there in terms of research and learning opportunities?
Well, our motto is education, enrichment, and inspiration. So we take that education piece really seriously. We offer a ton of homework resources for students, both in K through 12 and in college. We offer free online tutoring from 2 to midnight, 5 days a week.
Actually, that's 7 days.
7 days a week.
Yeah, all year.
Experts who tutor for free with your library card. We also offer lynda.com, which are fabulous tutorials that are provided by, again, experts on everything from graphic design to business skills. Plus you've got genealogy resources and countless databases, so there is a ton of information there.
If you've gone through college and used college databases and that kind of thing for your research papers, you have a lot of that same type of database that we provide for free to the public as well. So It's just very many kinds of things. I would say we purchase probably, well, all of the Gale databases that are giving you access to pretty much every topic. So business, law, medicine, and you're trying to research a health condition or something like that. If you've talked with your doctor, or maybe you're just trying to learn more about it, people typically will use Google and just get what they can. And a lot of times you find a lot of things. But if you really are trying to get things like the New England Journal of Medicine or very authoritative kinds of sources, all that is there at our website.
You can trust the information you get using a library resource.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't deal in fake news. We deal in real facts, real information, real knowledge, and that's our stock in trade.
Yeah, and I think the challenge is to educate people who have perhaps not been in a library in a number of years. That you're more about things than books, and that you've got so many additional materials and services that are available through the county library system, besides just checking out a book.
Well, the library really, in my career in libraries, which has spanned about 4 decades, we have transformed, and we are much more a place for people to gather, to have meetings, to do tutoring, to have business meetings, to come in and use, you could come in and use the Wi-Fi in our libraries. With the new Annapolis library that we'll talk about in a few minutes, we're going to have multiple collaborative workspaces, so spaces where 4 or 8 people can get together and do group study or just all kinds of things like that. So yes, it's definitely, there's that type of thing. Our meeting rooms will be much larger in the new Annapolis library, and that's kind of the direction we're going.
It's not your grandmother's library.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break now, but when we return, we'll be talking with Skip and Christine about some of the new directions that the Annapolis or that the Anne Arundel County Public Library is going to be headed. I am talking today with Skip Old, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Anne Arundel County Public Library, and with Christine Feldman, who's the Communications and Marketing Director for the library system. Accessibility, that's an important goal of the library system, as well as outreach to diverse communities in our city, specifically to African Americans, Latinos, other minorities, and other socioeconomic groups. Could you first of all share the ways in which the library helps persons with a disability, and for those for whom advancing age is a factor?
Well, so specifically helping people with disabilities, if we offer a program, and as we talked about before, we've got thousands of programs we offer throughout the year. If a person needs an interpreter, for example, a sign interpreter,
Right.
we can provide that during any one of our programs.
Okay.
We also have a number of ADA accessible workstations that are in 7 of our 15 libraries, including Annapolis, and that has a specially designed keyboard and screen, and space so that folks with wheelchairs can come and use it in a comfortable manner. We offer the Kurzweil software suite at the Odenton Library, if you want to mention that, Skip.
And that's a special suite with the Kurzweil equipment that is, or it's really software. That's offered there, but all of our libraries have a Kurzweil software program that is in pretty much in every one of our libraries. We have that. We have 2 different levels, but at Odenton that's a special one. So that helps people with visual impairments and that kind of thing. So we definitely want to let people know about that. That's good.
And seniors who are homebound, or anyone who's homebound for that matter, can take advantage of Library by Mail, which is a wonderful service where we will literally mail out materials to customers who can't leave their homes and give them a prepaid pack to mail back. So we want people to be able to use the library no matter where they are in their life.
I would also add that seniors are able to work with the state's Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped, so we have a lot of resources that we're able to provide to our community. There really are a number of people who are already being served by that library, which is based in Baltimore, but it is a service that is provided here in our county.
The public library also offers something called a Latino outreach, and also provides immigration resources. What does that constitute?
Well, we call it ALLO, and I'm forgetting what the acronym means, but it's ALLO. So we have a multicultural librarian who works out of our programming and outreach department. So, for example, we've had bilingual story times, especially at the Eastport and Annapolis Neck Library, but at other libraries as well. There's just a lot of things we're doing with that.
We're also offering conversational Spanish classes for the English-speaking community, which is a great way to sort of bridge those gaps. And we're offering a world languages collection for children. Those are bilingual books in the top 4 languages spoken in homes in the county. So Spanish, Vietnamese, Urdu, and Mandarin Chinese. So a family can come, and it's great for folks who are learning English. They can sit with their child and go over this bilingual book, and they themselves are learning as well.
And I've been in the schools when Angela Nambiar is our multicultural librarian. So I've been in the schools at times when we've done some of these programs right in the schools, but they're done in the libraries as well.
The Board of Trustees of the library system recently adopted a resolution which deals with the whole issue of outreach through specific groups in the community. Could you talk a little bit about what they actually said in
Actually, I want to read
resolution?
to you the initial statement.
Okay.
We adopted a statement that was developed by the Urban Libraries Council, which we are a member of. So about 150 libraries around the country have adopted this statement on race and social equity. And given all of the issues in our nation and in our local community, given the initiative of the county that's the Anne Arundel United Initiative, which we are a partner with, they adopted this statement. Excuse me, it starts out, as leaders of North America's public libraries, we are committed to achieving racial and social equity by contributing to a more just society in which all community members can realize their full potential. This is just the opening sentence of this statement, and we are taking it very seriously. We're looking at an all-day training program for our branch managers and leadership in January. We are working with Derek Matthews at Anne Arundel United, so we've had a lot of conversations with him, and we are really trying to see ways that we can engage the community and be a place for some of these civic engagement conversations to take place. As a library system, for about 5 years now, we have had a workplace quality and equity, we've had a workplace quality and diversity committee and plan and action plan. We have a diversity advisory board. So Ray and Jean Langston, Ray was the former mayor of Highland Beach. He helped us to develop this board, and he still serves on that board that is an advisory board to the library system that was, it is chaired by one of our trustees. So we are trying to reflect the diversity of our community in our staffing. I would encourage any person of minority background who might have the slightest interest in libraries to consider it as a career. So I'm speaking especially to young people, people in high school who maybe you've used the library and haven't thought about the library as a career, that would be a really great thing to do, and I'd be glad to talk with anyone about that, just to give background about it. And I know others in our library system would as well.
There are plans for a new $24 million Annapolis Regional Library, which is slated to open at the end of 2019, I believe. And it'll be at the site of the current West Street Library.
Yes, we're very excited about this.
Could
Yes.
you share with us some details about that project, including what the new features of this new library is going to,
Sure,
Would you like
I'm
to start?
happy. I'm happy to take that on. It's a very exciting project for us and for the whole community. This 32,500 square foot library is going to be a modern library. It's going to have plenty of technology. We're going to have a tech zone. We're going to have a tinker space, and I believe we're sharing some photos with you all and your viewers. It's going to have an expanded children's area with an outdoor play space. And that's going to be far from the adults, so there will be some separation so they can be loud and have fun in the library.
I think our architects have actually designed the library so that really you'll have a quiet zone at one end of the library for adults and the loud zone with the kids at the other end, and it's going to be a tremendous facility. People are going to be so wowed by it, and like I said, we're very excited to get it started. This is, as I've talked about this happenings, this is the cover of the happening. So this is the new library, and you can kind of take a look here and see one of the views of it. There are some other images of this library that are on the inside. So it shows the children's discovery area. We have a story time stage in that children's area. As I mentioned before, we have a large meeting room that will be dividable into 2 spaces, as well as about 5 or 6 smaller spaces for people to meet. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
I think I'm most excited about the cafe. There's going to be a place where you can eat and drink in the library,
Yeah,
which is
for
very
sure.
exciting. We want it to be a place where people come and they stay. They don't just come and pick up their book and walk out, but they meet friends, they hang out, they grab a coffee, and just make it a destination for the community.
It'll be a place really for teens to hang out, for adults to hang out, for parents bringing their kids in to meet their neighbors and friends and build friendships. It's going to be great.
Well, it's very much like you're taking like a model of some of these large bookstores like Barnes and Noble. There's a place people can come in and they can
Exactly.
stay and have
Actually,
something to have and something to eat.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It is. We didn't sort of adopt the Barnes and Noble model, but there's a lot of things that they do really well that we're going to be implementing in this new library. By the way, we will have good collections of books and DVDs and CDs. We do not see that they're going away.
No.
Yes, we've had a lot of increase in our use of ebooks, so we check out a lot of ebooks, and that is a growth area for us. But nationally, we're seeing that use of libraries has stabilized, and the use of books is still pretty predominant.
Yeah. You know, I said I'll check out an e-reader or more likely purchase an e-reader if I come across a book that I really want to read that I can't get out of the library. That's never happened.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
never happened. And so I still like putting the
Most
paper
people
book,
do.
the
Most
paper
people
book in
do.
my hand. But if there's something I want to read and it's only available on e-reader,
Then you'll do it.
Then I will do it.
Well, if you use the public libraries, it's unlikely you're probably going to find the book. And even if we don't own it in our library system, we can get it through interlibrary loan very easily. I actually have 2 interlibrary loan books I have at home on my bedstand, by my bedside table. So yeah.
It's my understanding that the library is also working with a contractor on a facilities master plan for all of the library buildings. Aside from the $24 million project you've got going on in terms of the Annapolis Regional Library, what other things do you have going on in terms of the other libraries as reflected by this agreement that you have in the facilities master plan?
So we're working with a company called MGT that also did the facilities long-range plan for the school system. we should really mention at the outset that we have another library in the works. We've hired an architect for the new Riviera Beach Library, which will be a 20,000 square foot library, replacing that library on the site of the existing Riviera Beach Library up by Northeast High School. So those two libraries are in place. So we asked the facilities planners to look at, do we need any new libraries? That plan has just about been released, and so I think that we will see where we go with our system. We know that the Glen Burnie Library is going to need replacement very soon, and that seems to be part of what the planners are telling us. So that's going to be a big project, and there will be a few others in there as well.
Does the library make use of volunteers?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Tell us how.
Yes.
Our volunteers are the backbone of what we do. You know, they're people putting away books, they're helping out at events. We offer opportunities at every branch and in our headquarters office. So if you have any extra time, please volunteer at the library.
I think we had well over 500 volunteers last year, many tens of thousands of hours donated to us. There was one project that was done by a group affiliated with the Keithy Library, which is the kind of a historic library up in Glen Burnie. They entered all 10,000 of their books into our catalog, and that was done through a volunteer effort, but there's a wide variety of volunteer activities. We have teen volunteers, especially in the summertime. So yeah, our volunteers are great, just like our staff.
And what would you see as the future of libraries? If you look down the road 10 years from now, what will we be looking at? We're already have a really exciting near future in terms of what you're planning for the Annapolis Regional Library, but let's go down another 10 years.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're headed?
Well, 10 years I think for Anne Arundel County, in 10 years we will be well on our way to having a really good, solid, modern library system, somewhat modeled on what we're doing with the new Annapolis Library. I kind of tend to think 50 years out, and where are we going to be in 50 years?
All right.
And I think that libraries have a very strong and long history. They are so much a part of every community in America. It's my firm belief that we will continue to be an integral part of every community in America, certainly in Anne Arundel County. I think our county elected leadership and from the county executive, county council, everyone understands the value of libraries in these communities. So we will continue to build upon a very storied history, and so 50 years from now I think we will just be stronger and a fully integrated part of every part of our county.
Well, I am sure that our viewers are going to want to learn even more about the library system, and probably will want to be in contact with you. You previously mentioned the website in terms of how people can get on the website, but if they have questions or want more information, how can they get in touch with you?
They can always call any of our 15 branches, and that information is available on our website, or they can call our headquarters, which is 410-222-7371, or check out our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Okay. Thank you for viewing our program today, and please join us again on Annapolis Mosaics. If you would like more information about the Annapolis Human Relations Commission, you can access us by phone at 410-263-7998 or by email at hrcommission@annapolis.gov, or check out our page at the City of Annapolis website. Go to www.annapolis.gov, click on the city government icon, then boards and commissions, and scroll down to the Human Relations Commission page. And always remember the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "We have flown the air like birds and swum the seas like fishes, but have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth as brothers and sisters."